You all? Nice that you are back again. In this video, I would like to introduce you to the Intrepid 4x5" Mark V, an inexpensive large format camera, here with a shooting format of 4x5". For this video, I have selected the following topics for you. Unboxing. Set camera to 0 position. Install lens board in camera. Install lens Copal 0 on new Intrepid lens board. Change lens. Remove ground glass from camera. Install new ground glass with format markings. Install Fresnel screen. Use roll film magazines. Use sheet film cassettes. Store camera. So I can say that you will experience with me the first hours I spent with my new camera. To raise the camera, loosen the 2 knobs on the side of the back standard. The back standard automatically moves near the 0 position. This is a position in which the film plane is parallel to the lens plane, as you know it from a 35mm SLR camera. Then you can adjust the right position by tightening the 2 knobs you just used. Then the front standard is erected. The camera has a total of 5 holes for mounting the front standard. For wide-angle lenses, use the rear holes. For telephoto lenses, use the front holes. Just try it out, which hole is the right one for your lens, and the desired setting distance. Here, too, please pay attention to the 0 position. This is easily recognizable by the engraving. On the front standard is a small notch on both sides, which indicates the 0 position for rise and fall. Here you can see how a lens board is attached. It couldn't be simpler, could it? And removing the lens board is, of course, just as easy. My Schneider Kreuznach Zener 5.6 150mm with Copal 0 shutter size needs to move to a suitable lens board. At the beginning of the video, I had unpacked 2 lens boards. Here I show you the steps to change the lens into a new lens board. Again, this is not a big deal. A quiet place and above all time is important. Then it works out with the moving of the lens. I use here a special shutter key. This makes the change easier, but it also works without. The Intrepid 4x5 only accepts lenses of the shutter size Copal 0, 1 and 3. The positive here is the large used availability, as well as the cheaper prices compared to other shutter sizes. First unscrew the rear lens element. Then I use the tool to loosen the ring that holds the front lens element to the lens board. Here you have a view of the leaf shutter of the lens. Now the front element of the objective is placed on the new lens board. Then it is attached to the lens board again with the ring. After that, I remove the dust and screw the rear lens element back on. And now, I can attach this lens to my Intrepid 4x5" Mark V. You can see this here. The camera comes standard with a ground glass screen. Intrepid writes, "They are super bright and have a half-inch grid to make focusing and image composition easier." To make the image brighter, and thus easier for image composition and focusing, I ordered a Fresnel screen right away. It was already mounted directly on the focusing screen, facing the photographer. This is the correct position for the Fresnel screen. I would generally recommend this investment. However, I would like to use my existing ground glass. This offers various format markings from 6x7 to 6x9 to 6x12 cm. Since I plan to work with different roll film magazines, and not only 4x5", I exchanged the standard ground glass directly. How this works, you can see now here in the video. It's not a big deal. The focusing screen is very sensitive and can break easily, especially when shooting outdoors. For longer trips, I would take a replacement screen with me. Focusing screen and ground glass means the same thing. First, the ground glass is positioned centrally in the frame holder. Then the Fresnel screen is placed on the ground glass. And both are screwed to the frame holder with the help of two fasteners. And this is what the result looks like. The frame holder only needs to be removed if you want to use roll film cassettes. There are a few roll film cassettes for which this is not necessary, but more about that later. Here you can see how to remove and attach the frame holder. There are two tripod connections at the bottom of the camera, 1/4 and 3/8. In general, I would advise a sturdy ball head and a larger tripod quick release than the one I show here. For photography, I use a longer quick release, a carbon tripod, and a tripod head that can support up to 20 kilograms. Here I show you how to use roll film holders. For these to fit your Intrepid, they must have an international back, or also called a Graflock back. The frame holder is removed as already seen. My next video will be about using roll film magazines. I will introduce you to two different roll film magazines from the Horseman company that I use myself. The roll film holder is inserted for it and locked on both sides. There were a few roll film cassettes that did not require the frame holder to be removed. An example would be a cassette from Cambo C242 for 6x7. Because of the more complex mechanics, these roll film cassettes were more prone to failure. The sheet film holder is inserted directly in front of the ground glass, after the frame holder has been pulled forward. You can see and hear when the film holder is positioned correctly. A standard sheet film holder provides the ability to hold two sheets of sheet film, one on each side. The dark slide of a sheet film holder has a different color mark on the top of each side, gray and black in Toyo's case. This allows the photographer to see which sheet film he has already exposed. Accordingly, the dark slide is placed in the sheet film holder after exposure. I handle it so that when the black side is in front, the film is exposed. When I see the gray side, I can still expose the film. On the edge of the sheet film holder, you will also see a white area, where you can write down important data, such as which film is in the holder. It is also possible to protect each exposed sheet film against accidental removal of the dark slide. For this purpose, there are small hooks on top of the sheet film holder that have to be turned around, so that the dark silda cannot be removed. The Toyo flat film holders shown here offer very good quality and are swinging in price. You can order them directly from Intrepid. At the end of the video, I want to show you how to reassemble the camera. For storage and protection, I directly ordered the camera wrap from Intrepid. It looks good, and is easy to handle thanks to the Velcro. Thanks for your time. Stay healthy and see you at the next video.